Chip chip everyone, it's Birdie. Welcome to a new Sims 4 speed building video on my channel. It's nice to read you in the comments down below, and I wish you all a happy new year. Even though the new year is almost a week old, this is my first video of the year 2024, so I wish you a happy new year. I hope it's a great year for you. And because it's the new year, I thought what better way to start the year of 2024 with a new video in which I built my dream apartment. So this is the apartment I wish to be living in right now. And I thought building my dream apartment is a great way for you to get to know me a little better and to find out what I like and what I don't like. I call this my dream apartment of 2024 so that I can recreate it in the next year to find out if my furnishing style has changed or not. And I think that's quite interesting for me and for you maybe as well. I'm building in Myshuno, which is the word that we got with the Sims 4 City Living expansion pack. And I'm furnishing the VII Landgraab apartment. It is the one, if you look on the map overview, it's on the right side, I guess. The original unit is quite big, so I sectioned off a smaller part on the first floor and an even bigger part of the original apartment on the second floor to make it a little bit smaller and to fit my needs. So I could fit a living room, a kitchen, dining room, a tiny guest bathroom with a sink and a toilet, and a big balcony on the first floor. And on the upstairs level there are two offices, one is for me and one for my boyfriend, as well as our bedroom and a full bathroom with a bathtub, shower and a toilet of course in it, and also two sinks. As this is my dream apartment, I am using my favorite Sims 4 items and I try to pair them with the stuff I like and keep in mind what furniture items I own in real life to make it more realistic and to incorporate these into my dream apartment I'm building, or you see me building right now. So I changed out the windows and I used my beloved large windows which are from the Greenhouse Haven kit, and I like how much light comes into the dining and also in the living room area, and it would be an absolute dream for me to have this much light in my apartment in real life. Even so, it takes away a lot of privacy, I think, because all of your neighbors can see directly into your apartment. Maybe this will scare me in real life, but this is my dream apartment. I guess it is okay for now, and this is only The Sims. But actually this apartment is situated really high up in the apartment complex, so I think no one can really look into your space. But in reality, I guess I wouldn't like to live in a bustling and hectic city such as Myshuno. I rather prefer living in a smaller town or maybe a little city somewhere where there's a lot of nature around, so you don't get the feel of living in a big hectic city. And another part I wouldn't like in real life is that this apartment is really high up in the sky, so I think I will get scared of heights, because in reality I think I'm a little bit scared of heights, so this is not perfect for me. So let's refer to the place I'm living in right now. So in real life, the apartment I'm living in right now is really nice and I really enjoy living here, but the only, for me, a tiny little problem is that my boyfriend and I are sharing an office together, and I am a teacher, so I have to do a lot of schoolwork in my office, and my boyfriend also works from home, so we both spend a lot of time in our office, and because of sharing it, we sometimes bother the other. For example, I print out, or I have to print out a lot for school or for my students, and when the printer starts printing, well, it is not really that quiet, so I sometimes have to wait until I can print, because my boyfriend is in a meeting and then the noise will distract him or his co-workers. So therefore, I would say it would be really nice to transform my real-life apartment into the one I'm building here in The Sims. Then it would be perfect, at least from now, because my boyfriend and I do not need more rooms right now. Maybe in a few years, if we are deciding to have kids, the dream apartment I'm creating right now will no longer fit. So stay tuned for the next dream apartment, maybe in the next year, and then you can see how it will change in the future. So I'm excited to see those changes as well. So going on and talking a little more about what you can see on the screen right now, I'm currently furnishing the living room. It's the first room that you can see when my sim self walks through the front door. You are standing right into the living room. So in this living room, I went with the sofa from the industrial loft kit, and I paired them with the 2 matching armchairs, 2 wooden coffee tables, which are from the Horse Bench expansion pack, because I love a lot of dark wood, and I would describe my personal furnishing style as a farmhouse style with a lot of wooden furniture, items also like darker colors such as grey and black, as well as some pops of white here and there, and also red, as red is my favorite color. Throughout this whole apartment, I add a lot of plants everywhere, even though in real life I do not have a green thumb at all. All of the plants in my apartment are rather surviving than really thriving, but I hope in the future I will find plants that I can keep alive and that also look quite nice. And in the living room, I chose the couch from the industrial loft kit because I was looking for a grey couch, because I have one in real life, and I think that the one from the industrial loft kit looks quite cozy, and I could imagine having this one in my apartment. So I chose it. And next to the TV, I also added a little gaming console, because my boyfriend owns one in real life, so I think it's a nice touch to incorporate it in this The Sims 4 home. So as you can see right now, I'm currently furnishing the kitchen, and I used this little trick where you can place the kettle and the pressure cooker on one of the island counters, and then you can move them. If you size them down and hide them in the original counter, you can move the kettle and the pressure cooker a little bit closer together so it fits on one counter. But unfortunately, when I was playtesting, the kettle and the pressure cooker couldn't work like that, so I had to change it up a little bit. And also the microwave I placed down on the left wasn't functional. I don't really know why, so I had to move the cabinet on the left side of it to the right, and then I moved the microwave to the left, and then it was functional. So I playtested the whole apartment. Everything is functional, so you should not run into any problems whatsoever. So in the kitchen you see me furnishing right now, I incorporated a little island in the middle. I did that having in mind that it would be nice to have a little space for my boyfriend and I where we can have lunch or dinner together in the kitchen, so we don't have to set the table in the dining room every time we want to eat, just the 2 of us together. So in my real life apartment we do not have a kitchen island. We only have a little folding table in the kitchen because our kitchen is rather small. It has got kitchen counters on both sides, left and right, so there's just a small space in the middle, and if the table is folded up you can reach some of the cabinet drawers left and right. So we fold the table down when we are not eating, and we fold them up if we're eating, so there is a space for us to sit in the kitchen, so we don't have to set the table in the dining room all the time. And just a little fun fact about the table we have in the kitchen in real life right now. It actually is a garden or balcony table that you can fold up and down, because it was the best option we had when we moved into our apartment, but it is nowhere near perfect. So ideal, it would be great to have a kitchen island in our big kitchen like the one you see in The Sims right now. And because my boyfriend likes to bake, I added the standing mixer, which is from the Home Chef Hustle-Kind, as well as the kitchen scale. And actually we have a standing mixer in real life that looks quite similar to the one in the game, so I had to incorporate it. And we also have a rice cooker, which is why I added one in the Sims 4 version of our dream apartment as well. And the story behind why we have a rice cooker is that around 2014 I spent 3 months working as an au pair in England, and my host family used to cook a lot of rice, and they had a rice cooker, and the rice was so delicious, so I convinced my boyfriend to buy a rice cooker as well. My boyfriend and we cook together almost every day and really enjoy that, which is why having a big kitchen like the one here in The Sims would be an absolute dream for us. Then you quickly saw me furnishing the little guest bathroom on this first floor, and I had the idea in mind that it would be nice to have this tiny little guest bathroom, so guests and even myself, when I'm downstairs, I and my guests don't have to walk up the stairs to use the restroom, which would be quite nice, I guess. And for the dining table in the dining room, I had to pick the table with the tablecloths with these red details on it, as red is my absolute favorite color, and I also added this rock with the red colors in as well to mix in my favorite color. Now you see me furnishing the balcony area, and in here I incorporate a little barbecue area and this small table with 3 chairs. And as I'm looking at it right now, I think maybe a bigger table would be even greater, so you have space for you can have guests over and eat with them on this nice balcony outside. So maybe this is something I would change in the next apartment if I'm doing it 1 year from now. Now you just saw me placing down these 2 loungers, and I did that having in mind that my boyfriend and I have a bench on our balcony right now that functions as a lounger itself, and we recently decided in summer that we wanted to have this bench on our balcony, and it was a great decision. We used it a lot in the summer, so I tried to incorporate it in this dream apartment as well. And then I placed down a lot of plants on this balcony to fill in the space because it was really, really big, and I incorporated this ladder or this shelf from, I think it's from the Perfect Patio kit, so the one I placed in the right swatch down there, because we have a little palette, I guess it's the right definition in English for it, where we can grow herbs in it, so I try to incorporate that in this Sims 4 version of our apartment as well. And now I'm starting to furnish the upstairs level, and we start with the big hallway upstairs. And first I wasn't sure what to place down and how to furnish this big hallway, but then I had the idea to incorporate a little reading area here, because one of my New Year's resolution is to read more often, and since January the 1st I have been reading at least 1 chapter every day as my New Year's resolution. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below what book you are reading right now, if you're reading a book, and I would love to hear your reading suggestions. I started a new book actually a few days ago, which my mother got me for Christmas, and it is called, in English it's called The Color of Revenge, and it is the newest book of Cornelia Funke's Mirror World series, which I read a long time ago when I was a teenager, so I'm really excited that my mother found out that the series continues and bought me this book for Christmas, and I like to find out what it is about. And speaking of New Year's resolution, one of mine is also to be more consistent with uploading videos. So my plan for this year is to upload a speed build every 2 weeks and a short stop motion video every other week. And maybe I can see how that goes. Maybe I can stick to the plan I have in mind right now, but we will see. So in this hallway space I used the couch, which is from the new Sims 4 for Rent expansion pack, what a mouthful, and I paired it with 2 armchairs which are from the Nook kit. Yes, the Nook kit. And now I'm starting to furnish my boyfriend's office, and I placed down this big monitor, which in The Sims I guess it's the one your Sims can stream on, and I placed it down because my boyfriend, he works in IT and he also has a big monitor in his office right now. And I'm actually using this monitor or his PC right now to record this voiceover on it. And I also quite like this big monitor because I often use it when I'm writing my students' school reports. So you can have my students' data on the left side and the document I'm writing in right now on the right side. So it's quite easy to manage and to write the school report. I'm giving my boyfriend a little shelf on the right side because in his real office he has one right next to me as well, and I try to clutter it up with some random bits and pieces to make it look a little bit, I wouldn't say messy, but to be honest, it's a bit, I would say. So I think it adds some realism to it, so it looks not polished at all, because that's not the way he is, so it's a bit messy. Oh my god, I hope he doesn't listen to this voiceover, otherwise I think I'm in trouble. Wish me luck. But anyways, moving on, and now I'm deciding on what curtains to use, and I actually used these curtains which are from the, what's this kit called? I think not Desert Luxe, Modern Luxe kit. I think these curtains are from the Modern Luxe, if that's the name. So I used them throughout this whole apartment, and on the left you saw I placed down this bookshelf unit as well as another comfy chair which is from the Nook kit as well, so it's the same one or in the same swatch as the ones I placed down on this big hallway outside of the room to make it look cohesive. And then you saw me placing down this treadmill because I got him a standing desk for Christmas for his office, and he is thinking of getting a walking pad right now, so I think the treadmill should symbolize the walking pad he's dreaming of, because it is my or our dream apartment. And now you see me furnishing our bedroom, and I'm currently cluttering up our bedside tables. So I think I'm sleeping on the left side of the bed and my boyfriend is sleeping on the right side. And on my bedside table I add a lot of books because of my New Year's resolution, a tablet and my phone, as I keep them on my bedside table at night. And then later on I add glasses on this bedside table because actually I'm wearing glasses right now, so I think that's quite realistic to have them there as well. My boyfriend has his own tablet on his bedside table, and when we're going to sleep he often watches some Twitch streams on it before going to sleep, so I think I should incorporate it on his bedside table as well. In the corner I add some plants, for example this hanging plants and the two others. And throughout this whole bedroom you see me placing down a lot of wardrobes or a lot of these cupboards, because we have a big corner cabinet, because in our apartment we live in right now we need a lot of storage space to store, for example, winter bed sheets, towels, suitcases and so on. So I try to incorporate that in this bedroom you see me furnishing in The Sims as well. I'm also adding this chest of drawers to put a TV on top of it, and we have a TV in our bedroom in real life as well, so I would like to incorporate it, as we like to snuggle up in bed and watch our favorite movies while lying in bed and snuggling. Unfortunately, our real life TV is dying on us, because it takes between 15 and I guess 30 minutes until the screen is working so you can watch something on it, because the monitor keeps on booting and booting and booting all the time, so maybe we need a new one soon. Then I add these laundry baskets because I wanted to incorporate laundry in this apartment as well, and I furnish a little reading nook right here by the window, because it would be in my opinion, a nice idea to sit here and look out of the window and to read a little book in this cozy looking armchair and in this cozy corner. The bookshelf actually is from base game, and I paired it with these floating shelves, which are from the newest expansion pack, The Sims 4 for Rent, as well as this chair. And then I'm placing down these curtains, which are from, I guess they're from the Desert Luxe kit, if I'm correct, as well as this little poof in this white swatch. And then because I was placing down these curtains, it was clipping into this little cabinet over here, which is from the Industrial Loft kit. Sorry, can't speak today. And then I have to move all of the furniture a little bit to the right, because it annoys me if the curtains are clipping into other furniture. And I'm also adding a rug underneath this little reading nook right here. And I'm also placing down artwork because the wall looks quite empty in this space, so I needed to add some artwork here. And now I'm starting to furnish my office space. In here I placed down the desk, which is from the Dream Home Decorator pack, as well as a laptop, because I'm doing all of my schoolwork on a laptop. I clutter up the desk with a lot of craft things that they are either made by children or for children, because I'm a primary school teacher, and often if I prepare for a lesson I have to craft some stuff that also is an example for my students, but I think it's quite fitting to have these on the desk. And then I also add like a little bookshelf on the left where I keep all of my teacher books in. And this shelf is from the Sims 4 High School expansion pack, and there is this little shelf where nothing is placed on it, and I think there was missing something on it, and I looked through the catalog, and then I found this trophy which looks like it is made in rainbow colors, and I thought that might be a trophy I get as being the greatest teacher of all, which is one thing I would like to achieve one day, to be just the greatest teacher I can be. Because teaching is not only my job, but it also is my passion, so I really like to teach my students, even if they drive me crazy sometimes, but I can deal with that. It's all right. I wouldn't trade my job for any other, so I like being a teacher a lot. And then I'm placing down this little sideboard on the right, which is from the Eco Lifestyle expansion pack, I guess. And I was having in mind that this might be a space where my printer is going, but unfortunately we don't have printers in The Sims 4, so I had to clutter it up with some bits and pieces. But in my mind, this is the place where my printer in real life is, so it's to the right. And then I'm also incorporating this Murphy bed in here, because I think it's the perfect space where guests can sleep. Currently in our real life apartment, when we have guests over that stay the night, they always have to sleep on our couch, which is not ideal, but yeah, there's nothing we can change about, because there is no other room, so we only have one office and there are 2 desks in it for my boyfriend and I, so there's not enough space to have a Murphy bed in real life. So in the future, I guess this is something I would like to change. I would like to have a little space where guests can sleep in my office, so they don't have to sleep in the living room. And I also incorporate a lot of artwork on the walls that look like these are the ones my students gave me and made for me, which is what they do quite often. And now I'm furnishing the last room of this apartment, which is the master bathroom, and I place a bathtub in here because for me it is a must. I take a bath every Sunday to relax and to practice some self-care and to rewind after a long week and to get ready for the starting week. yeah, I forgot the laundry machines when I was furnishing, and the tumble dryer I wanted to add in this apartment, and I wanted to add that because in real life we have a washing machine and a tumble dryer in a communal room in the cellar in our building we are currently living in, so we have to walk down 2 steps every time I do laundry, and then I have to walk up the stairs if they are dried in the cellar, and I think having a washing machine and a tumble dryer in your own apartment is really nicer. So at this point I remembered that I wanted to add a tumble dryer and a washing machine into the bathroom, so I had to move around some furniture. For example, this cabinet with the paper towels or the toilet paper in it, I had to move it to the left next to the bathtub in order to make the space for the tumble dryer and the washing machine, because I didn't like them stacked, so I placed them next to each other, and therefore I needed some space. And I also moved the toilet to the left next to the bathtub as well. But this way everything is functional, it's all play tested, and it works completely fine. And this little cabinet is from the Sims 4 horse bench. And I also added a shower in here, which is from the seasons pack, I guess, and I clutter up the whole space in here and add some lights here and there, and also a towel rack on top or above the bathtub, and then I'm adding some light switches here and there, and also some radiators to make the apartment look even more realistic. And the last thing you see me adding is a clothesline on the balcony, and I added it because I think it was quite realistic to have some clotheslines out on the balcony where you can dry your clothes by the sun or let them dry by the sun. But unfortunately, when I was playtesting, I couldn't get my sim to use this clothesline, so my sim wasn't hanging up the clothes that were washed on the clothesline, but the sim rather put them in the dryer, so maybe the clothesline on the balcony is just for decorating, but nonetheless I think it's a nice touch. So this means we are almost at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time with me here today. And I also hope that you enjoyed this video so far, and that you might found out some more information about me that you didn't know before. So let me down in the comments down below what you like the most about this apartment, and comment down any information you got about me that you find interesting. And that's all I got for you today. If you want to download this apartment, it's up on my gallery. My ID is simbirdie_yt, or you can also find it under the hashtag Simbirdie. And I had to upload the first floor, the second floor, and the balcony separate because there was no other way for me to do it. So I hope sometimes they will fix the uploading system for apartments. So write down any questions that you have in the comments, and if you want, I will talk to you in my next Sims 4 speed building video. Take care, happy simming, and have a nice day. Bye bye.